Indianapolis Zoo introduced the International Orangutan Center this month. The habitat is designed to give these animals more vertical room to roam. Mindy Winkler heads to the zoo to watch these apes in their new environment.
Explain exactly what it is you're doing, what kind of research you guys are doing here.
Sure. So we have a cognitive research program, which means that we do this voluntary, non-invasive research where the animals will come into this, we call it the learning studio. It's part of the exhibit, and they use computer touch panels. And then we kind of study how they play them, and it tells us more about their minds.
I participate in cognitive research with the orangutans. We kind of partner on that. One of the central tenets of what we do here is that all of that research is done in front of visitors because we want visitors to have the chance to understand more about orangutan intelligence and orangutan mental abilities. We think that'll help people be much more concerned about orangutan conservation in the wild.
So we have AZ, he's our dominant male. You can recognize him from his long cheek pads and his long hair. Rocky is a good one to compare him to. He's a 9-year-old male orangutan. He's still a juvenile, so eventually he will look like AZ one day. Okay. And then another thing to note, when you see the females, you'll notice they are so much smaller than the males. There's a big sexual dimorphism between just their anatomy. So females should generally weigh between like 120, 130. AZ weighs about 250 pounds. So there's a difference.
It also does not look like a rainforest. That works perfectly fine for them. We don't need it to look like a rainforest. So it's a little different in a different approach than what you might see in other exhibits. When you go out to our ring-tailed lemur exhibit, you're going to see trees. But with these guys, we don't need to do that. The way that this works, it works just like a forest would. They're able to move through it in the same way that a forest works for them. But what we didn't do is we didn't include the trees and the branches and things like that. That actually can be a hindrance for taking care of them. They are pretty destructive on their environment. So that'll be something we'll definitely need to explain and people will notice right away. It works for them functionally like a forest without looking like one. And that was actually one of the biggest differences that people are going to notice right away when they see this exhibit. The kiosks that are behind us will give the people a chance to be able to swipe their credit card and purchase trees to be able to be planted during our reforestation project in Borneo. So that is something that we're really excited about. We're giving people the chance to do something all on their own for this animal, and I think that that is something, if you're excited about zoo and excited about animals, you'll be excited about as well. This is an orangutan hand, the skeletal hand, and you can see right away how very different it is, right? So their hands and their feet almost look similar to each other. Their feet would look almost just like this. You're going to see them move by using all 4 of their limbs, just like it's all hands.
It's being tested right now. It's a brand new ride, never been anywhere in the world before. And what you'll get to do is sit in a gondola and you'll be up at the same height as the orangutans. And you can be up there with them while they're on the cable system. And it takes like about 8 minutes to get around. So it's really great for kids. About 4 people can fit in each gondola. And we'll have about 18 up.
How did we get something like this in Indianapolis?
You know, we just feel like something like this can only happen in a place like this. Hoosiers really support important missions, and saving orangutans is really important. And when people come here and fall in love with our orangutans, they're going to know why they need to be saved. And they only live in 2 places in the wild. So their population is dwindling, and we need to do something now. And Hoosiers have a great track record of getting it done. This whole exhibit is donated by Hoosiers. The money,
seriously?
Yeah, we don't get any tax base at the zoo, and that's very rare for a zoo. So this is all people who get it and understand that we need to do something for orangutans.
Visitors can see the orangutan swinging high overhead on the Hutan Trail at the Indianapolis Zoo. For more information, visit IndianapolisZoo.com.